Wonderful. All right. Good evening. My name is Christopher Dustin. I am the chair of the Thompson Inland Wetlands Commission, and I am calling the May 14th, 2024 meeting to order at 7 p.m., 7:01 p.m., I suppose, to be precise. We're operating on Zoom, and so the following procedures are in place. The session is being recorded for audio and visual content and is under the control of a Zoom host. To ensure sound quality, the default rule for the meeting is for everyone to please remain on mute. Commissioners and staff will generally remain muted except when they are speaking or voting, and will generally be keeping video of themselves on throughout the meeting. Applicants and members of the public should feel free to leave their video on or off. However, they will be asked to turn their video on when they are speaking. That said, if video is not an option for you, you will not be precluded from speaking at the appropriate time and may certainly listen to the meeting. During the meeting, everyone is asked to state their name each and every time they speak for the record. Please use the raise your hand feature at the bottom of your screen if you click on reactions, you'll find it there, to let me and the host know that you wish to speak and do so at the appropriate time. Members of the general public may only speak during the portion of the meeting that is set aside for citizens' comments and agenda items. For individuals representing applicants, permittees, and violators, those listed in the agenda. If you are speaking at this meeting and you have any documents to submit to the commission which were not distributed in advance of the meeting, please indicate that you wish to submit said documents. You'll need to hold them up to the camera so the commission and all members of the public can view them. In addition, you'll be required to email an electronic version of any documents in PDF format or a suitable photograph to the Inland Wetlands agent at the following email address, wetlands@thompsonct.org. That person will ensure that the documents become part of the permanent record of the commission. If any member of the public tries to communicate at a time other than that set aside for citizens' comments, or if any person speaks out of order or creates an audio or video disturbance, they may be manually ejected from the meeting by the Zoom host upon my request. Those are the preliminaries. I would now like to call the roll. Please, commissioners and staff who are present, please respond when I call your name. In no particular order. Commissioner O'Neill.
Present.
Commissioner Obert. Commissioner Chapin. Absent. Commissioner Morano.
Present.
Commissioner Dustin is here, and we have our recording secretary, Gloria Harvey, is present, I believe. Is that right, Gloria? Taking minutes as always. Thank you. And our interim Inland Wetlands agent, Cindy Dunn, is also present. We have an alternate present with us tonight, David Langer, and whom I take great pleasure in welcoming. And seeing as one of the regular commissioners is absent from this meeting, I am happy to seat Mr. Langer as at this meeting, and he is welcome to participate fully in our deliberations and to vote as appropriate. So, and again, I want to thank you, David, for helping us with our work. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of our previous meetings, starting with our last regular meeting of April 9th, 2024. Is that I know commissioners have that documentation. Is that something I should share on my screen? Is that necessary?
Historically, we have not shared that part of it.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes? Any corrections?
No.
Commissioner Obert, thank you for that motion. Do I have a second?
Commissioner O'Neill, I
Commissioner
second.
O'Neill, thank you. All those in favor of approving the minutes from the April 9th meeting? So,
Aye.
thank you. That motion carries. Those minutes are approved. We also have minutes for a special meeting, a site walk from May 4th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make the motion. There was some problems with the internet. And I don't remember if that was also one of them. But when I downloaded a file, I seem to recall it being just the header.
Ah, okay. I believe did anyone else have that difficulty?
Do you want me to read them to you? I have them right here.
You could. They were very brief.
Yeah, they were.
Thank you, Cindy.
Okay. All right. On Saturday, May 4th, 2024, the Inland Wetlands Commission conducted a site walk at 0 Aquatic Town Farm Road, Assessors Map 160, Block 11, Lot 15 for application. IWCA 24013, applicant Jason Smith requesting the construction of crossing over a drainage in wetlands to construct a road leading to the section of the lot to build a residential structure. The meeting was called to orient the commission members on the drainage crossing and view the area for residential structure. Attendance: Chairman Chris Dustin, Vice Chairman Charlie Obert, Member Fran Morano, and interim wetland agent Cindy Dunn, applicant Jason Smith, and Megan Staples. The meeting was called to order by Chairman Kristen Dustin at 8 a.m. at the entrance of the property. The group viewed the stream, walked over the stream, followed the cow path up to the location of the house lot. Orientation questions were asked by commission members to the applicant. Wetlands on the property are flagged. After the site walk, the meeting was adjourned at 9 a.m. Respectfully submitted, Cindy Dunn, interim inland wetlands agent.
Thank you. Can I ask for a motion to approve those minutes? Commissioner Obert, thank you. And a second on that?
I'll second it. I wasn't there, but sounds complete to me.
Thank you.
It is. It's complete.
I suppose I should ask if there's any discussion, but as a formality, but seeing or hearing none, that motion is passes and the minutes of the special meeting are approved. The next item on the agenda is citizens' comments on agenda items. Do we have? Yes.
Didn't we also have a site walk just a few days ago?
We had a site walk and a special meeting on May 10th. Cindy, I didn't see any separate minutes for that meeting, although I noted in your report that there are de facto minutes. Is that accurate?
No, the agenda was already put out after the site walk. And I'm going to be very honest with you, I have not had time to do the minutes.
Okay.
I plan on doing it hopefully tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Again, but basically, again, if anybody who was not there wants to know, it was basically Janet orientating everybody and the applicant of where the wetlands are, where the road's going to be, and a nice walk around the property, the beautiful property.
Well, as a formality, we can approve those minutes at our June meeting, perhaps.
Okay.
Well, everything is taken care of. Thank you. Do we have any citizen comments on agenda items? Hearing none, I think we can proceed to applications. We have a number of them to consider tonight, and we'll begin with old applications. IWC 24008, Ishwara Sharma, 1410 Thompson Road, map 114, block 27, lot 21, grading work and upland review area, and 2 discharges to wetlands for construction of 16 single-family homes, 4 duplexes, community building, road, and septic systems. Stamped, received April 2nd, 2024. I believe we discussed this application at our last regular meeting, and this was the object of the site walk on May 10th. We have those materials. They are substantial. I can share anything that anybody on my screen that anybody would like to see again. Please ask if you would like me to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to open this to the commission for discussion.
Is it all right if I speak, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, you're a representative of the applicant, so it's entirely appropriate for you to speak at this point.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for taking the time out for that site walk. I think it was really important. We all got to see it was a gently sloped site with well-drained soils. Even though it was less than 48 hours since we had heavy rain, none of us got our feet wet, not even in the wetlands. And we discussed that the layout of the site was driven by the location of the wetlands. We kept things away as far as we could. There is no direct impact to wetlands, but there was some grading in the upland review area. We walked to all those areas where the stormwater basin is proposed. And I was asked the question, the size of it. It's about 0.6 acres. And when it's full, before it would discharge out of the emergency spillway, it would have about 3 feet of water. And that's why it is a stormwater infiltration basin, because it's relatively large but shallow. So after the rain and those well-drained soils, there'll be significant infiltration, and it won't necessarily be flowing out any outlets except in very large storm events. We also noticed how the stone walls would act as buffers between the grading in the upland review area and the wetlands in most cases. The soil scientist, Rick Zulik, who delineated the wetlands and then wrote his report, basically stated that the stormwater infiltration basin demonstrates adequate separation distance to the existing wetland below. It is my opinion that these engineering efforts, combined with appropriate sedimentation barriers, will adequately protect the existing wetlands both throughout and beyond construction. So Dr. Sharma, I've been working with him for almost 2 years on this project. The Wetlands Commission review and approval is really, a critical part of the project. And we're here this evening. We're happy to answer any questions you might have, but we are, hoping to receive the approval for the project this evening. And that's it.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Commissioner Ober?
Well, I was there, as the minutes will show, and I was impressed with the extra thought that it moved any disturbance as far as possible away from the wetlands. I was also much more relaxed about it because of the gentleness of the topography. It wasn't steep hills where there'd be a lot of potential for runoff. And it looks like the plan has been well thought out. So I'm willing to make the motion. I see the Commissioner Morano, who was also there, has her hand raised.
Yeah. Commissioner Morano?
Yes, I thought it was a very thoughtfully put together site. I must confess my concern would be with the 4 houses that are in the upland review area. And and perhaps that's not a big deal, but where construction is going to be happening in stages, perhaps that's something that just could be kept an eye on. I think that once the road is in and the houses are in and the roofs are in, there's going to be more impervious surfaces that will contribute to runoff. And perhaps that's not a big deal, but that was really the only concern I had.
I have a question then. The four houses that you're speaking of, Fran, are they the last ones at the cul-de-sac?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And
those
maybe
are
it's not an
actually-
issue. I'm just thinking that I believe Mr. Sharma said that this was going to be happening, you know, for a few a year or a few
Yeah.
period of
Well-
time. And if that could just be something that's kept an eye on,
Yeah. And that, by the way, is where the only real encroachment into the 100-foot is for that
Correct.
sewer off of it.
correct.
My recollection was that that side of the road slopes away from the wetlands, and I do know I was curious about topo lines and couldn't see them on the drawing that we were looking at out in the field. But my recollection was that that road is pretty much at the high spot, and then things want to flow the other way. I can remember standing there and talking to the doctor and saying, or to somebody and saying, well, where does this river go? Oh, I was speaking with Janet. I said, where does this river go? And we were facing towards the west, and I was pointing with my left hand. So it is close to the wetlands there, but I don't think the slope is towards the wetlands there.
I am being told that I am screen sharing. Is that plan visible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Okay.
Yes,
So Commissioner Moran, I take it, this is the area, is my cursor also visible? Is that?
Right.
Yes,
yes.
Okay, so this is the area that you're
correct.
referencing. Okay.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure that the topography at that point starts to slope away from the wetlands. I think most of the wetlands get its feed from the east or from the right side of that picture. And that's why the retention pond makes sense there.
If I may say, it actually does slope towards the wetlands, but it's just so flat that it's deceiving. And the four proposed duplexes themselves are outside of the 100-foot upland review area. What's inside the upland review area is the driveway that leads to them. But you know, Fran's points are very well taken, that this site needs to be monitored during construction. This would be the last phase. So he will certainly have a track record going into this if he builds like 4 houses a year. This would be the last phase that's constructed. So the town and the wetland agent and everybody will have a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah,
Chair,
the topography there I was noticing was pretty flat.
Commissioner O'Neill, are you?
yes, I did. If I could, Commissioner O'Neill, regarding the applicant and the documents, we had a fairly substantial amount of information. We heard from subject matter experts on the issues, concerns. Unfortunately, I wasn't available for the site walk. However, I did review the materials. And based on what I've seen, I see every reason to approve the application. So those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I agree that this project has been very carefully conceived. And while I shared some reservations about the removal of vegetation around this, where the stormwater infiltration basin will be installed, I think that's probably a necessary evil, and that too seems to be very well thought out. So I have no further reservations for myself.
If that stormwater retention pond is only 3 feet deep, it's almost like a tame version of the wetlands because it's so flat.
Mhm.
I don't remember any specific vegetation there. Saw some ferns that looked interesting, but I don't remember all the vegetation there. So I made the motion and we discussed it, and I don't remember if we have a second on
I'll
it.
second the motion.
There we go. Motion
Make a
second.
motion. I missed that. Did we make? a
Oh,
motion?
yeah, right when we were talking about, when you play it back on the tape, it'll say something.
Okay.
Well,
All
we
right.
looked at it and I don't see any problems. I'm willing to make a motion.
Very efficient. So a motion has been made to approve this application, and that motion has been seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor of the motion please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? None. The motion passes. Congratulations, Dr. Sharma. Thank you, Janet, for.
Thank you very much.
So we're gonna have a Christmas party in the community center?
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Yes, Dr. Sharma. You're muted. You're muted.
Yes, I should have said a Krishna party, shouldn't I?
You're still muted. Everyone is muted.
No.
Now I think it's open. Thank you. I just want to take this opportunity for all of you who came to visit the site. All that I can assure you is that I intend to work as a good partners with you guys to make sure I do the right thing for the community as well as for the town. And I appreciate your supporting me and giving me the help I need at this juncture. Thank you so much for your courtesy and kindness. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for those kind words.
Mm,
Been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda under old applications is DEC 24009. Carl Kuhn, Jr., contractor, property owner, Chris Brunette, map 79, block 62, lot 47, installation of a 28-foot by 48-foot garage for use permitted as of right. Stamped received April 3rd, 2024. Does our interim agent have any comments to make on this application? I can share it.
Okay, I did write up a short report on it. I did actually go out there and see it, and you can tell from the pictures that I took pictures of the area. So the garage was built without a building inspector approval because the contractor did not hear from the building office, and that was an oversight in the building office. Builder was not aware of the wetland issue. The IW application was filed on April 3rd, 2024, signed by the builder and property owner. The project is completed, site is stable, see photos, no work in the wetlands area. And for what I know, for the 6 weeks I've been on this job, and actually viewing the piece of the garage on the property, it is very dry and stabilized, and there's no water running anywhere on there. So I recommend that the commission approve the application.
Yes, we discussed this at our last regular meeting as well. Any further comments by commissioners, questions, concerns?
Well, for discussion point, it would be a wonderful thing if we could always get all of the applications through in a good, timely manner. I trust Cindy Dunn on this, that and the photographs look like it's a stable area, not an erosion issue for the wetlands. So I would approve this. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Thank you. Do I have a second for that motion?
I'll second the motion, Commissioner O'Neill.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Neill. Any further discussion? If not, then please, all those in favor of approving this application?
Aye.
Great,
Aye.
thank you. And all those opposed? None. This motion carries and the application is approved. Thank you. That brings us to new applications. The first of which is DEC 24011 Hemlock Properties LLC, 0 Riverside Drive, map 55, block 65, map 15, a timber harvest request, stamped receipt by interim inland wetlands agent on 4/25/24. Presented a timber harvest plan to trim trees, temporary stream draining crossing, installation of water bars, anti-tracking pad. Certified forester John Clark, license number F000982. Do we have any discussion on this? Yeah, Commissioner Ober.
I want a point of order. The property that we looked at on May 4th, I thought the application was already in. And I see that one of the applicants is online tonight, but it's not on the agenda, and it should have been with.
If I'm not mistaken, that is item 3 under new applications. Am I correct, Cindy?
Yes.
IWC 240.
Yes, you scared me there for a minute. Yes.
So it's coming up.
I thought we had the application turned in last month because we were talking about it. And
It was a preliminary discussion last month.
okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Never mind.
How many mistakes I made today? Don't be
Apologies.
sorry.
Okay, and
Okay,
timber harvest has no.
all right.
Stream crossing, temporary stream and drainage crossing,
So
and I don't have a picture of that. It's
let me see what we can come up with. We do not.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't go, but there's the site plan right there, and
okay.
so I marked it yellow, the
Gee.
legend there, and you can see where the wetlands is and the yellow markings there.
Now, how's he going to cross that wetlands just above that cursor? Is he going to have a corduroy road, or is he going to what? I mean, that's
Commissioner Dustin,
Yes,
for clarification, would you confirm which number we're on? Are we on
We are-
24012 or
we are
24011?
24011.
Okay, that was for the garage. Thank you.
No, this is for
timber
24011 is for tree trimming.
So that's 24012, number 2.
No,
No, it's number 1. Both of those are timber harvests. But the first item under new applications is DEC 24011. And that's a timber harvest request at 0 Riverside Drive. Does that make sense? Given what
So which one are we discussing?
We're discussing-
24011?
That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking. So there.
So my question is, and you're scrolling away from it, but
I'm sorry.
whoa, right there, they apparently have a stream crossing, a wetlands crossing at a narrow neck on that area, and I'm wondering how are they planning on doing that? And then apparently they want to cross over oh, that's open area. Okay, that's not wet. Upper right-hand corner is not a wetlands, only the lower left has stream crossing. Does it say that how they're going to negotiate that? Are they going to put in a corduroy road or a folding road, a pontoon road, a bridge? How are they going to cross that?
let me just pull the folder. Give me a minute here. And I am going to say, I do not remember discussing that with John Clark when I went out to the site. So if this is something that needs to be resolved, then you will make notes for the new inland wetlands agent to complete that task. But no, I did not take pictures of that area.
Okay,
and I
we
did not
just
discuss
received
it.
this. We just received this since our last meeting, so we don't have to act on it tonight. I would like to know how they plan on crossing that wetlands.
Okay, I will make note of that.
And it,
But it looks like they've got a lot of other areas that they could start harvesting or trimming before they get to that wetland. So get the
Yes.
information to us, and as long as they're out of the 100-foot area, we don't care. If they get close to the 100-foot area, then they better have a plan to show for my vote, they have to have a plan to show how they're gonna cross the wetlands. And not have a long-term impact.
Do you want to approve it on a condition? I don't know if the Inland Wetland Commission does that. We do it down in P and Z.
It sounds to me as if we would like more information.
Okay,
Or we are really able to make a decision about this. The summary refers to water bars and an anti-tracking pad. I can imagine what those are, but it's not clear how they would be deployed in the landscape to
okay,
obviate.
The anti-tracking pads are often used on when you get out to the paved road.
Ah, okay.
But then they could have some once they get away from the wetlands as well.
Hmm.
I haven't seen any out in the woods. Usually they make a corduroy bridge by laying logs across, which they pull out, smooth the earth around the edge of the stream a bit.
Right.
Or they have like a pontoon boat, a bridge that they can unfold.
Mhm.
I don't know how they're going to do it. The equipment that's going out into the woods these days is getting bigger and bigger. Just so we think about that. I don't know what equipment, how big it'll be.
Here.
But it shouldn't be too difficult to protect that area
Right.
and sell a lot of wood.
So there is reference here to a temporary stream / draining crossing. My sense is we would like more specifics on just what that would look like.
Yeah, and I'm only seeing this on a very small picture on my screen for the first time, but if it okay, so they have addressed it. The detail isn't clear to me, and no, those are all blanks there.
I don't know if you can see. So in the application,
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And he checked that off, but describe further detail as necessary is blank.
Mhm.
And I would like a little bit more detail.
We'd like
Okay.
some
If,
detail.
by the way, if the detail comes in, and especially if Ms. Washburn looks at it and says it's okay, then go right to it. All I want to know is that it's done to protect the wetlands.
Okay, it could be an agent approval in that case. So Cindy, I think for the record, either you or your successor should contact the applicant and request further details as indicated in the application.
okay, I will do that. I have my notes here.
Thank you.
That makes sense. The next item on the agenda is DEC 24012. This is Joseph Salkowitz. It's the property owner, 100 Brickyard Road, map 40, block 84, lot 9. Stamped received April 18th, 2024. Presented a timber harvest plan to prescribe silviculture treatments on approximately 3 acres of a 4.25 acre lot. This is submitted by certified forester Donald Dubois. And the license number is F000135. No crossings or clearings, no need for erosion, sediment measure, existing gravel driveway. Let me see what we have on this. I can. Okay. You haven't had a chance to look at this or to refresh your memories. So silviculture treatment, I assume means he is managing his woodlot.
Oh.
But I take it, Cindy, this is within the upland review area, or we wouldn't be looking at this.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't sure.
Well,
Okay. I'm not seeing.
So, the applicant is planning on taking some trees out of the 100-foot upland review area, but he's not going to be driving through any wetlands.
no,
Seems like it's almost a right as
yeah,
a,
that's the beginning. I guess I didn't put them in order. That's the beginning, that's the middle, and that's the end. If you're
Right.
looking at it straight. So this is the left, that's the end of the barrier that he will not be going past that.
Okay.
what time of day was this?
Well,
I'm looking at the shadows trying to
three.
orient
Either
myself.
morning or afternoon.
It was afternoon. Yeah, it was 3:30 because he couldn't make it. Yeah, that's when he got home. It was
So we're
3:30.
facing more or less towards the north when we look at that picture.
Mm,
It looks
The
as if
shadows are coming in from the west to our left. And that's where some of the trees are going to come out.
right, that's where it ends right here. He's not going in this direction here. It ends right here.
it sounds as if he's thinning out the softwoods to favor the hardwoods.
Pretty much.
Cindy, I'm having trouble seeing where this sits in relation to wetlands. There's no,
Well, look at the topography one. Go to the, oh God, this is upside down.
this
Jeez.
one. Yeah,
This-
I'm flipping it around. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some,
Okay, I see a stream. It goes across the bottom of the
Right.
screen under Brickyard Road. So that's at the bottom of the hill. Is that the Quinnebog?
That's the
Oh, yeah.
Quinnebog River. That's the Quinnebog, and it's
Yeah.
just down the street from my house. That proposed house is in the pasture almost, isn't it, Cindy?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. The body, when you go up the driveway and you go down toward the barn, it's like all flat down there by the barn. The house, you have the house, then you have the barn, and then you exit out into Brickyard Road.
And if I'm correct, is that just a broken line? Is that the marker, demarcation for the Corps of Engineers property? So from that line south to the river is all now they use it as cornfields. That's all that cornfields along Brickyard Road. So this proposed house site is up further to the north, or is that, or if that's oriented to the north south?
Yes, and it's on the left side of the road going up towards.
It's on a hill almost.
Well, that area is on a hill, yes.
but the house site is further up, isn't it?
No, no, you're looking at it, as you look at those pictures, as say you're facing the area of the pictures from the driveway there. The house is on the left. Here, go down to the picture zone, further down to the pictures.
The word road on that map is right in the middle of the lot.
Is that the house?
Well, he told me it used to be, the road used to go through the house years ago. Many, many, many years ago.
Well, there's the house.
He says that was Brickyard Road right there.
Yeah.
But if you go down to the pictures, I can show you the direction of the house.
Sure. Let me go to the
Okay,
first one.
where's that?
That was the first one. Now the pictures are always.
Oh, okay.
How about this one?
What? Yeah. No. So that's the beginning.
Hmm?
That's where they're going to start. Go to the next picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the house is on this side over here. It's to the left of this area right here. Their house.
And it does look as if it drops off here. Fairly steeply.
Mm. Guess I didn't take enough pictures.
Commissioner's thoughts on this?
Yeah, it really doesn't look like there's any sort of a high hazard area for wetlands based on what we see here. If we need to take action and approve it, I'll make the motion.
Any second to that motion to approve this application?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Morano seconds the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. The application is approved. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is IWC 24013, Jason Smith, 0 Aquatic Town Farm Road, map 160, block 11, lot 15, property owner, land partner funding incorporated to conduct a regulated activity, stamped received by interim agent May 2nd, 2024, consisting in a construction of a wetlands crossing and a driveway inside of the 100-foot upland review area. And this was the object of the May 4th site walk, for which you have the minutes. I can pull up some of the materials if you like. We got a glimpse of this at our last regular meeting. I think is a representative of the applicant, Megan, does anybody representing the applicant or the applicant, him or herself, wish to make any comments?
I am here.
Hi.
So Dan Campbell from Level Design Group is on for us. He's our professional engineer. He'll be taking care of it. Dan?
Welcome, Dan.
Thank you.
Do I have further questions or concerns from commissioners about this application? I will.
Yes, Commissioner Obert here. My recollection is that I requested a little bit more detail about how he's going to skirt the wetlands at the top of the hill with the driveway. The suggestion for the culvert, the bridge material, the design, I like that a lot. I was just wondering, because you're getting close to the wetlands up at the top of the hill as well.
Sure. If you don't mind, I can, at least answer the question. So the reason that Jason and us decided to go the direction that we did is that right there is the convergence of the 3 sections of the fire access road that exist today. So it flattens out right through there as you pass by the wetlands. The topography is pretty shallow. So taking it right by that section actually disturbs less. There's less grading through that area than there would be otherwise. So we wanted to make sure to minimize. And then we do climb up the hill after that, but there are, as you're aware, quite a few hills on the property. We climb up and out pretty quickly. The side of the driveway that is adjacent to the wetlands, as we are coming around past the wetlands, we're curving back away from it to what is the upland area to the top right-hand side of the page. So I think with the redevelopment and the flattening it out, I actually think we're coming through probably the best area that we could. We're going to need to come through that area just to avoid a large cut in that hill slope to begin with. But coming through that area specifically, we're utilizing an existing flat area from the fire access.
Mr. Campbell, I recall from the site walk that there was some, I won't say concern, but interest in the effect that that as the driveway is cut up to the house area, a number of trees would be removed.
Sure.
And that did seem to run downslope to the wetlands, and whether the removal, I'm going to say it again, of all that vegetation that would otherwise absorb runoff might during construction possibly cause a problem. But it was maybe you could address that.
Sure. So we're not looking at a paved driveway. We're looking at a gravel driveway. So we are just stripping topsoil and making a cut along what would be Page South. And the cut itself and the largest point is only approximately 12 feet off the edge of the driveway, and then we taper back in towards the driveway itself. So there is some cut through there. And I did talk to Jason that if the concern is purely during construction, we certainly could construct a 2-foot deep stilling basin along there just to make sure that we don't have any flow that runs down that side of the driveway and becomes a concern for the resource area.
just, it was a week or so ago that we had 2.5 inches of rain in an hour.
Trust me, we are dealing with so much water these days. I do understand. So, you know, if the commission is amenable and would like to let the driveway go through, I can definitely promise to submit a small detail on a stilling basin. They end up being about 30 feet long. It'll be about 5 to 6 feet wide, and it'll be about 2 feet deep. And because the driveway sloped on that side, we're already cutting the trees. It certainly would slow the flow down before it goes through the silt sock. And that way, you know, we can make sure that we're not releasing any sediment into that resource.
Other commissioners have any questions or concerns about this application?
No, without actually laying eyes on it again and comparing it to the updated drawing. I'm just going on what I recall from out there. When the engineer mentioned the fact that it went into an old fire road, that made sense. I thought I remembered that, but I hadn't noticed it so much. The disturbance, I like the idea about putting a ditch along the side for that purpose. How close to the actual roadway you're going to put it, or how it all shapes in, I don't know.
Sure, we can certainly line it right along the edge of the road, because as you see, the topography supports us, you know, with water down the side of that driveway. It will not take a whole lot of land disturbance to put that in place, and we can keep it in the area we're already disturbing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to act on this application? Would we like to talk about it a little more?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Morano.
I believe where this is a new application, we just accepted at this meeting and we do a vote next month.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Unless I'm mistaken, but that's my recollection.
Something tells me that you're likely to know better than I. So thank you. And that requires a vote?
Oh, no, we
No.
just accept it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now,
So,
I have a question for Commissioner Morano. She's correct that normally we receive it, review it, do a site walk, but now we've already done the site walk. We talked about this last month. We didn't receive the application last month. Is there any reason that any other commissioner sees why we could not approve it tonight?
I believe it's the standard operating procedure and we don't want to set a precedent. I think it's wonderful. The way that the applicant and the engineer and everyone has handled this has been perfect. The way we would hope anything that had any kind of controversy associated with it would be handled. But I don't think we want to start a precedent.
I understand. Commissioner Morano, your hand is up still. Is it just still up? Okay, thank you. So I agree with Commissioner Morano that we should adhere to the procedure, and we can look forward to approving this application at our next regular meeting.
Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The next item under new applications is DEC 24014. Carol Meads, the property owner at 181 Linehouse Road, map 36, block 69A, lot 1A, stamped received April 26, 2024, to enlarge a spillway under a culvert to prevent erosion and plant 20 to 30 feet of hedge hybrid willows.
I just tried calling her to see if she was having trouble getting in. So she's not here. I had given her a copy of Charlie's email, the discussion. Charlie had a question concerning it. So I don't know if he wants to open up and discuss that.
Yes.
She never answered me on that question that Charlie asked.
Commissioner Ober, did you want to, you did have some reservations about this. Did you want
Yes,
to elaborate?
Charlie over here. When I read the minutes, they came out early a couple weeks ago. I looked at that and I thought, well, wait a minute, there's a question about erosion and a culvert. Shouldn't it have some sort of an engineer's evaluation on that as well?
Well, this
But
wasn't in,
I didn't see this paperwork.
this wasn't in the minutes last month. This
No.
is new. This is new and
Cindy,
so
I'm
yeah.
having trouble from this application discerning what the potential impact on the wetlands might be.
Well, the first picture that you just went through, this is where the culvert is. It's right up by the road.
Okay.
And she would just dig it out and just put some rocks in it. And
So
so the water would flow, but there's like a water stream right here.
is that right where that plus sign is? Is that
Yeah, right here. Yeah. That marks that area there.
okay, right.
I think I need a site walk on this. This sounds, wants to modify a culvert underneath Limehouse Road.
Well, no, she's not going out to Limehouse Road. No, she's stopping right at her property.
And what is this?
That's a well. It's a well cap. I just thought I'd check. It's about 50 feet away from where she wants to plant the willow trees.
I'm sorry, this is
Okay, and this is where she wants to plant the willow trees, where those cedars are in the back there. You
here.
see that fence that's laying down there? That's where she wants to plant the willow trees, 20 feet.
Okay. And where is this
Don't
in
see that.
relation to the spillway and is this
Well, the spillway is before that.
okay?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with her planting all the trees she wants. What I don't understand is if there's apparently, just on hearing it, the suggestion is that by modifying the culvert, it can become a sheet flow instead of a point source when there's runoff.
I'm not sure if I've oriented this map correctly. It looks like it wants to go like that.
So there's the house. So see the house
got the house right there?
right there, and so it's right in this area. Let's see where that little V is. That's right in that area where the stream is.
Where
And
my
then-
cursor is? Is that?
Well, I'm using my arrow, so where's your
Yeah, we
cursor?
can't see your arrow.
Yeah, I know you can't. I know you can't. Keep moving it past the house.
This way?
Up,
Toward the
up.
up.
Move it past the house. Come up, come back down, go over to the left.
Okay.
Corner
There.
left of the screen. And right where there's like a little V in the topography there. Yeah, you got it right there,
Yeah.
right there.
Okay.
And that's where that culvert is.
See what we can do here. Oh, is it that? Well, do commissioners feel that we need more information on this? Can we accept this application and?
As I said, I thought that this is something that, since we're just receiving it tonight, and we've discussed a few moments ago that protocol and tradition has been receive it, do a sidewalk if necessary, and then vote on it.
Okay.
But it's,
In principle, I don't have any problem with what the property owner and applicant is looking to do, but I would like to put my own eyes on it and understand it more effectively. I know where this is. Topsail Road. I thought I knew where it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Commissioner,
Yes, Commissioner.
I think is this a declaratory ruling?
Yes, it is. Yes, that's what it
And
is.
I don't know that that falls under the same jurisdiction. I would imagine the reason the applicant wants to plant willows is that they love to have their feet in water and they'll suck
Yeah.
up water, and that's probably some of what's going on there. It's unfortunate that the applicant's not here to answer questions.
Yeah.
Let me try calling
and-
her again.
And to that, it might be worth waiting until we can and maybe even look at it. I know that's a wet area. That's an area that's come up frequently over the years. But I think she's actually trying to do something to mitigate flow.
Right, right. That was my sense as well. And I was well disposed toward the application for that reason. I would appreciate visiting the site.
And then we could, I mean, I don't think it would need a meeting where it's a declaratory ruling to
I see.
make a
Right.
decision.
Right. So that would not have to wait until the next regular meeting.
Okay, and you would not need a meeting for the declaratory ruling, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the site walk should satisfy any questions that we have, and then
Okay.
we don't have to take other action on it.
Mr. O'Neill, what's your thought? What are your thoughts?
I would like to have more information about the orientation and the the rest of the details as was cited. Like, what exactly is the goal here? I mean, you pointed out a moisture absorption with the willows. However, is this I'm trying to figure out if this is a culvert or if this is something else.
Well, where she wants to put the trees is not a culvert, it's before the trees. The culvert is before the
It'd
trees.
be good to have it marked. It's like I see a map and I see a photo, but I'm like, where is it spatially in relation to the other?
Well,
property.
you look at the photo with the trees, with the cedar trees.
The culvert is releasing water onto her property from under the road. And I
Right.
think she wants to plant the hedge of willows there to help mitigate some of the moisture that would result.
So if you bring up those cedar trees again, Chris, you can bring up the cedar tree photo. It's right where, if you look at that photo really carefully, there's like a screen or something on the ground there. It's right in that area where she wants to plant those willows.
But that's not where the culvert is.
No, if the culvert is, you look further down and it's about, you see some stones and rocks here. And that's about right where it starts, the culvert right there.
I see. Okay. I see. I see.
And she doesn't plan on doing any modification of the culvert or any modification of water passing underneath Limehouse Road.
No, she's not
Wants to
touching
plant
that.
trees in a wet area. I don't see where if she's not going to be proposing any digging or modification of the actual stream bed, which is what it sounded like to me when I read it the first time.
Okay.
If she's not going to be doing any modification in there, all she wants to do is plant trees. Why is that an issue for us?
I mean, Mother Nature could plant them for you.
Yeah. Even if she's going monoculture and planting all of one species.
Right. Well, to
But
be
even
clear,
if it was invasive, that's still nothing for us.
which the willows are not. She does want to enlarge the spillway under the culvert. And
That's the thing that caught my
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
to
that's
line it with stones.
Right.
That's the thing that I didn't read this copy of it, but I read the minutes that
Right.
came.
So there is a little DIY engineering going on here.
So with culverts, the question becomes, do we have a perched culvert? And what about riparian pathways, or is that not relevant? Do we
Well,
know?
could we schedule a site walk in the
Sure.
near future and perhaps put a lot of these concerns to rest?
Okay, I will leave it for Margaret. Well, I'll call Carol tomorrow and I will leave it
Okay.
for Margaret
Excellent.
as I finish up Friday.
Right. The next item under new applications is WAA 24015. Michael Johnson is the property owner, 23 Sunny Lane, map 69, block 102, lot 4C, stamped receipt May 3rd, 2024, to build a 30-foot by 40-foot and a garage 14 and a half feet high on a buffer of wetland. I presume that means the upland review area. No wetland grading, runoff will not be in the wet stream. So let me.
Well, it's closer than the 100 feet upland.
It is, so it is in the wetland, okay. Because
Yes,
I see
yes.
buffer here. Let me see what we can do. Oh, I have to stop the other sharing. I have to start to share again. Okay. So this is Michael Johnson.
May I ask why this is a wetland agent approval where it's happening in the wetland buffer?
Because you have a novice interim. I figured maybe that you would,
Honestly,
if I did not do it right, then we will change it like,
Oh, well, that's up to the commission, but I'm just curious.
right, right, no, because that's what I thought it should be, in reviewing the training course.
I don't know if other commissioners have had a chance to review this application. I found this one difficult, again, or I found it difficult to orient myself. Where the garage is, so here is
This new garage right there.
right, and where is that in relation to the river or the wetlands, wherever the wetlands may be? So there's the river. But the if I can get that to go around the right way. But that is certainly more than 100 feet.
No, there's wetlands right there. You can see where
Where?
it puts it already puts a silt fence up.
Ah, okay, right here.
And
Okay.
and the wetlands is right behind that. The
Here.
silt fence. Well, I'd have to look at the picture. You'd have to,
Yeah. Okay,
I
that
would be more comfortable if this was a permit application and we did a site walk.
okay. That's what, like I said,
But I can only speak for me. I'd love to hear what the other commission members think.
I also would like to look at the project.
okay.
it's not clear to me that this is an agent approval either.
Okay,
And I certainly
yeah,
would like to see the site because I'm not, what's in the application isn't, I find it difficult.
okay,
I find it difficult to make a decision based on that.
fair enough.
Good, and these don't really help.
Okay,
very much.
Point of order, apparently the file was started with the wrong reference number. We have to go back and change everything so that it has the correct process, the correct nomenclature all the way through.
no, all you have to do is change the WAA. That's all you have to do.
Right.
That's what we did with,
I didn't,
the doc 1410 last month. We just changed the W and I changed the cover sheet of the application. That's all I did. But we keep the same number, 24015.
good. Anything further on this one? All right, let's go to item 6 under new applications, WAA 24016. The Wesley Monson's property owner, 130 Jaworski Road, map 36, block 68, lot 10, stamped receipt May 7th, 2024, to build a 20 by 30-foot cold storage garage, all these garages, on a buffer of wetland. No drainage onto wetlands, will be installing silt fences for erosion control.
So again, it's probably similar to what we just went through. And if that's your decision to have it as a commissioned approval, then we can change that one too. But it's pretty similar, though. They're both projects.
Yeah, if we're gonna do one that way, it really would be better to be consistent.
Okay.
How do I get my Zoom back? I lost my screen here. I was doing so well with my sharing. Maybe
Your cursor's working.
is it? So am I sharing?
You're sharing it. We see it. We see your Town
Need to
Thompson.
stop
PDF.
sharing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're back to normal.
So you want a site visit and you want it to be in
Yeah, so maybe you don't even need to see this.
yeah, IW,
Okay. Okay, very good.
IWC. Okay.
All right, next on the agenda, permit extensions, changes, none, I see. Violations and pending enforcement actions. Violation 21036, permit IWA 22022, Mark Bear, familiar name, 1227 Thompson Road, map 116, block 24, lot 10, grades not as authorized in modified plan approved by the commission on 2/9/21, resolving violations issued on April 18th, 2023 from the previous inland wetlands agent. Action report from interim inland wetlands agent is in the agent report. Cindy, could you just
Yes, I had a conversation, Mark Bear and the new contractor, Brian Meehan, came into my office a couple of weeks ago to discuss the issues. And at that time, I told him that there's a history on it. I was somewhat familiar with it because I originally, a couple of years ago, went out with Marla, but I understand that it's just been an ongoing issue with the wetlands. There's an ongoing issue complaint. There is just email after email on complaints from the neighbor. And they discussed that, well, we had an agreement and now I did this for him. So then I called him and I said, well, let me see what I can get done on the research on it before the meeting, which was nothing, truthfully. So as I said, being the interim agent, I called him today and I told him that the issue has many pieces to be resolved. And I feel that the inland wetlands department wants to make sure that whatever decisions you make, they're accurate or whatever you tell them, and that takes time and that takes a professional, a super professional in this particular site, because like I said, I've been to it. And I explained to him there was not enough time in my work schedule to complete the thorough examination of the record. And I told him I would put the file together and present the record to the new agent and have her work with Mark and Brian and the complainant to review all the emails on the complainant. And he agreed. He said that was fine with him. So that will be a continued violation, which will be in Margaret's hands next week.
And I'm right, Cindy. Am I
Did I
not?
say that real fast?
Next week we'll be here before you know it. The Mr. Harger, who's the complainant, the neighbor,
Yes.
submitted a detailed letter outlining his concerns, and we can take that up at our
Right.
perhaps too. And
Yeah, I didn't feel it was
That's
necessary to put that in because it's just so detailed, and this whole issue is, the word I want to use is so convoluted. So it just needs to be ironed out.
well, we look forward to the ironing if it
Okay.
should ever come to that. The next item is violation 23013, permit IWA 21028, Woshi Sudika, 1574 Riverside Drive, map 55 lot 65 lot 14, grading work exceeded scope of work authorized by permit issued on 5/22/23. No action.
Not touched it.
Okay.
We
So
will be passing that on to Margaret too.
that problem will carry over. And then finally, under violations, 23037, St. Joseph's Church, 12 to 18 Main Street, map 63, block 94, lot 3, fill along Reardon Road within upland review area and wetlands. Violation issued 12/15/23, violation resolved, signed agreement by Ron DeRocher, and photos of repair in the inland wetlands agent report.
Right. It looks fine, and he's not going to he will be leaving the extra soil down by the grave sites. So
Chair?
Yes, Commissioner,
Yeah.
O'Neill.
Yeah, Commissioner O'Neill. Hey, I happened to drive by the site that was had the issue, and it looks like the contractor has smoothed the area. They've planted new grass. They've actually put up somewhat of a deterrent for future dumpers of material, like rocks or something, as not a fence, but sort of a demarcation.
Oh.
But it looked pretty good. I mean, you wouldn't realize that it had been, by comparison to the prior condition, it was substantially improved.
well, there's
substantially.
pictures,
Yeah.
in the application, in the packet I sent you of the cleanup, which, what you just said, George.
Yeah. For the citizens that may not have looked at it or had the opportunity to review it, there's a whole audience of others here. So anyway, just
So
an
we've made the
observation.
world a better place, or
There you go.
the world
Yeah,
is a better place.
Yeah.
For one reason.
Well, I did something in the 6
There you go.
weeks.
Solve that
Cleaned up
one. That's
something.
taken care of.
All right, this brings us to other business. So we are pleased that Margaret Washburn has accepted the offer as the inland wetlands agent for the town of Thompson. We, as a commission, need to appoint her as our duly authorized agent. And so I'm requesting a motion to do so, to appoint Margaret Washburn as the duly authorized agent.
I'd like to make a motion to assign Margaret or what's the right word?
Point?
I think
Appoint Margaret Washburn as the authorized inland wetland agent for the Inland Wetland Commission, Town of Thompson.
Yes,
I'll
I
second that. I'll second that
accept.
motion, Commissioner O'Neill.
Thank you. All those, any discussion?
Discussion. Let's have at it a pizza party.
We need a motion for that?
Can I come to it?
Discussion. Here's some discussion. So, I think that the appointment of Margaret Washburn will be a great opportunity for the town, and
I agree.
given her eminent qualifications and extensive understanding of the local environment, the people and conditions we face, that we have done very well in bringing her on board. So, just wanted to add that to my comment.
That's why I want to give her a pizza.
Okay. Or you can give her a pizza. I mean, it's the same thing, I guess.
No, we were lucky. We were lucky. Now we've got a lot of history. We just talked about a couple of violations that have been ongoing. And with all the turnover, it's easy to lose sight on that stuff. So I do think I would like a couple of us to get together soon after she's in, sit down and talk with her, and I'll make my services time available.
And I have a new violation that I got about a half hour before I left the office today. But he stopped. I called the contractor up and said, "You're not supposed to be there." So and I will make a report on it to Margaret.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to working with her, and from what I can tell, she seems genuinely happy to be coming home to Thompson. So having done that, I now am seeking a motion to, please don't take this wrong, Cindy,
No, I don't.
to rescind your authorization, both yours and Dan Mallow's, to act as the duly authorized inland wetlands agents for the town of Thompson, effective May 20th of this year, which will be the start date for our newly authorized inland wetlands agent.
I make a motion that we rescind the authorizations for Cynthia Dunn and Dan Mallow to act as duly authorized inland wetland agents effective May 20th, 2024, as detailed in the agenda.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
We have a second from Commissioner Morano. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Well, those motions carry then. Thank you. So we don't have these rogue inland wetlands agents running around out there to get out of the town.
Well,
and for the record, Marla has asked me to do the same on her behalf once her work is done, which is not quite done.
can I make a comment, Chairman? Mr.
Please.
Chairman? Yeah. No, I've certainly enjoyed working with all of you in these last 6 weeks. A little stressed because I'm still working downstairs, but it certainly was an education, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to revisit the eight course training site on Yukon. So, and I look forward to working with Margaret. And actually, I believe they're moving her office downstairs. We're combining the land use office. So thank you.
That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Transitions are always difficult, especially when they're unforeseen. The next item on the agenda is the review of bylaws for discussion of possible changes. This came up at our last regular meeting. My sense is that this is something that we might want to carry over to the future. I have no history on this, so I'm interested to hear what other commissioners think. Commissioner Ober.
My recollection is that we've updated the bylaws far more regularly and more recently than we did the regulations and the other things. So I don't expect any big surprises in there. We had to, last change I recall was that we lowered the number of people necessary for a quorum, and that was almost like lock the door, the party's over. But it's good. We've got some new commissioners and alternates, and things feel better since then. I think that was even before George came on board, but it's been a while, but it's more recent.
Yes.
If I could offer some comments, Chair. The bylaws, we have incremental changes, and I think we haven't encountered any material issues with them. So if something's working, my feeling is that you should continue with it. I'm more of a situational kind of person. If it's something needs to change, we change it. If it doesn't need it, then don't change for the sake of change. And we have made, I know over the last several years that I was involved here, and we've encountered issues. We've modified it as needed. So doesn't seem to be any compelling reason to make any changes unless other commissioners have a view that they do, in which case, of course, you have the annual opportunity to make that change. But I don't think we need any changes now.
Okay. Any further discussion on that? It sounds as if it is not broken.
So you want me to take that off the list for anything for the future? Is that what you're saying, to let her know?
Well, I'm inclined to agree with Commissioner O'Neill that unless there is an evident need to revisit the bylaws, then we don't really need to have it on the.
Okay.
We have other things to.
It may be appropriate just that we review them at this time, since the other stuff is all coming up for review on the 22nd of May.
Check the ordinance. I mean, isn't that stipulated that you review them once a year just to take a look and see if there's needed, or put it on the agenda? That's what I think we're dealing with here. And unless there's a compelling reason to make a change, we just, no changes needed, period.
I can't think of any.
Yeah.
As I suggested already, it's been dealt with on a fairly regular.
Every year we look at them. So it just says, should we do? Yes, we do, or no, we don't. I think it's what we've had. If we've encountered an issue, hadn't encountered an issue from a historical standpoint, for the benefit of Commissioner Dustin, then we made changes, as you pointed out, the number of folks for a quorum, whatever we needed here. But and each year it's on the agenda. Should we make a change if we need it? So it's not a affirmative yes or no. It's just unless somebody has an issue, move on.
Is it at this time of year? Is this bylaw season, so to speak?
Mr. Chairman, yes, every year the boards and commissions, they have their organizational meeting, and that's part of it.
That's
okay. I did consult them in preparation for this meeting, and they were last revised a year ago, from what I could tell.
Yeah, right.
2023 is the date.
Right, it does happen every year.
The thing about that is that we don't have to take that out to all the taxpayers, so we can do it when it needs to be done. This other thing is a big issue that needs the approval of the taxpayers and residents of the town.
Okay.
And I think that's the only big issue that we have hanging over. I'm glad Marla was able to pull it together.
Well, God willing, it will all it will all work. The next item on the agenda is the Wakefield Pond Dam.
So I put it on the agenda again because I constantly am getting communication from all the stakeholders involved in this process of what's going on at Wakefield Pond Dam. So I've just piled them up on a pile. And again, it'll be, I put it in organize it by date. And so I can't tell just from the communication if they're looking for something from the wetlands office. They've not called, they just keep sending us emails. So I, again, Margaret.
So there's nothing really to act on there.
Right. I just wanted to let you know that the communication does continue to come in.
Good, thank you. The next item is listing of comments received on the proposed revisions to the inland wetlands and watercourses regulations and new map for inclusion in the public hearing next week on May 22nd. My understanding from Marla is the only comments we have received were from the town planner, which Marla intends to read into the record at next week's hearing, and to which she has some response prepared. Apart from that, we have heard nothing.
No, I checked the mailbox and there's nothing in the mailbox.
Okay, thank you. And speaking of our special meeting, next Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024, it's the public hearing, as I hope we all know, on the proposed revisions to the inland wetlands and watercourses regulations. That meeting will be a hybrid meeting. I've been encouraged to encourage commissioners to attend in person if that is possible. We will be provided with hard copies of the revisions to consult at the meeting. It will be at the Saney Community Room at the Thompson Town Hall beginning at 7 p.m. Any further questions about that?
Hey, Chris, just one thing. I will be on vacation next week, so I won't be able to attend.
Okay, all right. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully you won't miss much.
I'll be in Montana fishing and watching and taking care of all their water. So
send us pictures.
It's home of big trout.
That's right. Not like Connecticut. Finally, under other business, received a request for inland wetland permit WAA 2302225 Buckley Hill Road, issued October 10th, 2023. What is that?
That's the salt shed at the highway department. They're starting to work on it, and the construction company asked me for the permit.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought I'd let you know that they're starting to work on it.
So that's, it's for the town. Okay.
Right, it's for the town. Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. That brings us to citizens' comments. Do we have Ms. Clark? Welcome to speak.
Thank you. Valerie Clark, 105 Elm Road. I'm going to request that my comments be included in the minutes. I had hoped to only have one comment. Unfortunately, I now have two. My original comment was going to be my observation that Chair Dustin, you are doing a fantastic job filling what were, in fact, yes, I agree, very big shoes. I am impressed with how you're running this meeting, and thank you so much for taking this role. I really very much appreciate that. And unfortunately, I now have a second comment, and I did not hear any member of the commission remark on this, and I did not hear any staff person from the town. So I'm feeling obligated because I feel I need to say something. I've been very upset through most of this meeting because offensive religious remarks have no place in our society. And in particular, they have no place at all in our town government. I was offended by a remark made during this meeting. I imagine there were other people who were offended by it, and I am requesting that the commission issue a written apology for the remark that was made. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your comments, Ms. Clark. If I may speak on behalf of the commission, I'm sure that no ill was intended, and but we will certainly take that to heart and consider your comments. Thank you for being open about that. Appreciate it. Reports, budget and expenditures. Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Ober, did you have a follow-up to that?
Yeah, I want to follow up with that. I agree that this is no place for any sort of offensive remarks. I'm completely obtuse. If I've said something, I certainly am sorry, but I heard a request for a written apology for something, and I have no idea, honestly, what it was.
Ms. Clark, did you want to clarify for Commissioner Obert?
I was hoping that other commissioners would have addressed that. It was during the first application, and the commentary regarding religious celebrations, and a joke was made as well. Thank you.
Ah, okay.
I suppose then that I am the alleged, I'm the offender. I certainly did not see anything offensive, but as I said, I'm obtuse. I will submit a written apology, and despite all that I've been doing for the town, if it's so offensive, I will step away from this board. I certainly have no intention of offending anyone. And
Commissioner Obert, if it helps, I would be willing to draft such a letter on behalf of the commission as a whole, to the effect that if
the simple point is, I said something about Krishna to a man who I know came from India, and you and I made a turnaround at his driveway. He had a statue in the front of the house. I certainly had no intention to offend him or anyone in the community, especially anyone who is a Hindu in the community. Nor did I have any intention of offending anyone who is a Christian in the community. I think sometimes we are too political correct. And perhaps this is, I never would have said this. It's on the Zoom meeting. It's probably going to go viral.
Well, it is true that we never know how our words might be taken by others, and we're mindful of that. But so thank you, Ms. Clark. We will reflect further on that.
Thank you. I appreciate
on
that.
what you've offered.
Thank you.
So do we have okay, here I'm gonna, now that I've been praised for the way I'm running this meeting, who reports on budget and expenditures? Is that our treasurer, who is not with us tonight, or is that?
Yes, it is Diane, and she, she said that she was not coming to the meeting tonight, so she wasn't going to be able to make the meeting. So I don't know but I sent you the budget anyway.
You did send the budget.
Yes.
And since we have it, why don't we just let the record show that that it was shared. I can get to the sharing. Here we go. Okay.
Usually just read it into the minutes if they're absent.
Oh, is that okay? Once I have it here. And you're gonna have to because it's sideways. It's oh, here we go. There you go. Okay. So how would I read these into the minutes?
Commissioner Dustin,
Yes.
can I help you with this?
You certainly could, Gloria. I'd be deeply appreciative. Thank you.
Okay, she usually says, Commissioner Chapin usually says we have an available budget from July 1, 2023 to And I don't see the date, April 25th,
April
Yeah.
25th, yeah.
2024. And we have an available balance of 13,832.99.
Right.
And we've expended, can you go over to the right? The other way. No,
Yeah.
That's all right.
This way?
yep.
Yeah.
And we have expended 57.8% of the
Right.
budget?
Right. I went to the bottom line and saw we're about halfway there. which
Yeah.
Seems like that's where we want to be at this point in the year. Okay, thank you. I did the math and I didn't realize it was done for me. Not that it was difficult.
Yeah, we're doing real good if we've only spent half of it because we've only got another month on the fiscal year.
Right. Right. So it's better than where we want to be. Okay, thank you. Now that I know how that's done. Wetlands agent report. So Cindy, did you want to, do you have a separate report? Your report?
No, the report
Comments?
that I gave you is the report, and there's nothing new. I did not do any wetlands permits, but what I did do is the applications that were closed last meeting, I did notify the applicants what the decision was on those. And yes, I have signed off of some building permits, but again, there just wasn't time to go over to Donna's and to get it, compile a list of it. And I haven't spent any money.
Okay, good. So this is just so everybody sees this. This is what
Yeah.
what you send through.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
discussed-
started out that report out that way because that's the way I do it for P and Z. You know, I make comments on all the application. All of a sudden, I'm looking at another report. I said, "Oh well, it's too late. Here's the report."
Okay,
So-
you're good. Any correspondence received or sent?
No, no,
And no Mylars to sign.
no.
And comments by commissioners. Commissioner Hoover.
Yeah, Charlie Hubert here. First is there was a comment made about when the new agent comes on board that we've got an awful lot of records and files for our commission and for conservation. And I understood, nobody asked me finally, but I understood the new person coming on board was to cover both commissions.
Yes.
Unless there's a really compelling reason to move out of that office, I say no.
Okay.
We've got way too much stuff invested in there. And believe me, a lot of it has been thinned out. But it's important stuff for the history of this town, for the taxpayers of this town. I don't want to see that stuff jumbled around.
That there is a place downstairs for all the records that are in the Inland Wetland Commission's office. And they will go
Wow.
downstairs exactly as they are.
There.
About
Um,
conservation.
pardon? And same thing with conservation. Is Amy still on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Amy, do you want to?
I had started to unmute, so the idea has been to combine the land use departments together into one area. The area where the emergency management and fire marshal are, because the fire marshal works very closely with the building department, would move into the inlands wetlands office. None of the files are going to be removed. We actually have the public works crew will be coming in to just move the files as a whole. So none of the files are coming out of the filing cabinets. We also have some type of hand truck jack that can carry the heavy loads. So where the emergency management department is, it's a locked office. That's where all of those files are going to go, including the table that sits in the inlands wetlands office will also go into that room so that maps can be laid out, etc. So a lot of thought has been put into it, into this move, but we are waiting until Margaret joins us to make the move with her participation.
I like the idea about combining all land use functions within closer touch. And I had not considered that somebody was going to be moving an office out of there. Of course, it makes perfect sense.
Functionality is a good thing in ecosystems as well as in
Yeah,
town halls.
Thank you, Amy.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any further comments by commissioners?
I've got one.
Please.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. As far as comments go, I want to thank Cindy Dunn for the hard work she's put in. I know it's in the little time I had an opportunity to work with her on some items, I appreciate her insight and dedication. And I know expanding your scope when you're busy is challenging. So thank you very much, Cindy.
Thank
And
you
for
so
Dan
much.
Mallow, who's not present, he served a time to the best he could and went on to another opportunity. So we appreciate his work too. And those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very nice, George. Thank you.
I second that wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Well, if there are no further comments, then I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. We need no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting of the Thompson Inland Wetlands Commission is adjourned at 8:36 p.m. on May the 14th, 2024. Thank you all for your work.